It's the arrest that ruined the world tour. And now the video has dropped and it's going to ruin a whole lot more for Justin Timberlake.
There has to be a moment of talking.
No, not anymore.
Please help me.
Not anymore.
Hold on. Can you guys please just do me a favor? Because you loved Bye 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 or
I'm
like
happy.
Sexy Back.
So I'm
like,
happy.
do me one favor.
Ah, that's the bit. That's the bit that I love the most.
I'm so excited. I haven't seen it. I haven't watched it. I chose not to watch it knowing that you would show it to me.
Everyone, it is time for you and you, Courts, to meet the real JT. If you don't know, Tuesday, the 18th of June, 2024, Justin Timberlake, huge pop star, was arrested in Sag Harbor, New York. And we heard that what was allegedly said, now we know the actual truth, which was this is going to ruin the world tour. Which I don't want to ruin it for you, but that's not exactly what he said. So that's not exactly what has been said. He was pulled over and he got a traffic citation, and then obviously because he was veering off the road, and then he was done for driving while intoxicated on the spot. Now let's go through the body cam footage, which is why we're talking about it so long after the fact. I cannot believe that it was 2024. Like that, I know it doesn't feel that long ago.
It doesn't, and I also love how messy it is that this was released, because from what I read, JT tried so hard to make sure that this was not released.
So hard. All right, so he gets pulled over because he's veering off the road and he isn't adhering to stop signs, so he's not stopping at them at all. He is also driving a rental and he seems to be real out of it, guys. When he's told about the veering when he's pulled over, the first thing he says, which is my favorite, he says, "Yes, sorry about that." It's a good
he
start.
knew.
Yep.
He knew, but he didn't stop and he didn't think I shouldn't be driving. He just said, yeah, sorry about that.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Love
you
it.
know what I mean? Like, I know I didn't stop at those pesky little signs and I was veering to the left where I should be really staying on the road. But he's also asked why he's in town and why is he renting this car.
Yeah, I'm on tour.
What are you doing?
I'm on a world tour.
A what?
A world tour.
Doing what?
Hard to explain. A world tour. I'm Justin Timberlake.
What's your name?
That cop knew from the second who he
Are
was.
you sure?
Yeah, he was totally taking the piss out of him.
I don't think the cop knew.
I think he was 100% taking the piss out of him.
I
think he wanted it to catch him.
Really? No, all the reports that I'm reading is that the cop was just too young to know who he was.
Really?
Yeah, he just had no idea. Really? So he was like, "Who are you?" But let's be honest. Let's think about it from the cop's point of view. You do this all the time. Like they do this all the time. They pull people over. They give them little roadside tests and everything in the US and breathalyzers and all this stuff. And so there are people who are completely off their face on things. And this is probably not the first time that someone said, "Oh, like I'm a pop star." You know what I mean? Like,
I guess. And you know what? In the town that they're in, that actually could be the case a lot of the time.
It could be. So the initial reports of the arrest, they did tell us that the cop had no idea who he was, which I love. The video kind of makes it sound like when he says Justin Timberlake, he's like it sounds like the cop kind of knows, because he's like, "So you're Justin Timberlake." So maybe he does know a little bit. Justin is then instructed to do a field sobriety test. With that, he struggles.
Okay, so left foot on the line. Left foot on the line first. And then you're going to put your right foot in front of your left. Stay just like that. Okay? You're going to feel the toe. Like this. Feel the toe. You're going to look down at your toes.
Guys, I'm just following my friends back to my house. I'm not doing anything. I'm just following my friends back to my house. And then just walk. I'm sorry. I'm
Ready?
I'm a little nervous.
You're a little nervous.
You know what it looks like? And we've all been there. When you're like, you're just like trying to convince the club security guard that you're not too drunk to come in, and you're like, nah, I just had like 2 drinks before I got here. I just had like 2 drinks. I just didn't even really have that many drinks, just 2 drinks.
Yeah.
That's 2 standard drinks. I could still drive. And it's like 2 a.m. and you're 10 drinks deep. And the security guard is sober as all hell. And they're just like, I mean, you obviously are so drunk, you dumb bitch.
I love that this guy who is a performer, who performs in front of tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, if not sometimes millions of people, that he was nervous. He was nervous to do this field sobriety test. I love that.
We don't have the field sobriety test.
No, we just have the breathalyzer and the
No.
on-the-spot drug tests, and that's all we have, the chem tests. So he's not doing great. He's not doing great with the tests, but he wants everybody to know that they're actually really tough.
1 1,000, 2 1,000, 3 1,000, 4 1,000, 5 1,000. You want me to keep going?
Yep. Yeah.
Yep. He said
Until I
keep
tell you
going
stop,
until
yep.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
1 1,000, 2 1,000, 3 1,000, 4 1,000, 5 1,000.
All right. That's all good. All right.
By the way, these are like really hard tests.
It's just walking on the spot.
Well, that one was just he just had to balance on his leg. He just had to balance on one leg and count. Like, guys, these are actually really
hard.
Really hard
They're
tests.
really hard.
So Justin is clearly listen, I'm not a professional at knowing when someone's drunk, but I can tell you when I'm drunk, and I can tell you when my friends are drunk. And even though I don't know Justin well, he's definitely under the influence of something. He's either
drunk,
had 2 drinks and he's very tired, because I know that, being tired can play a part into it, or he's had a lot to drink. Now, what makes me lean a little bit further into he's had a lot to drink is his response to getting a breath test, to submitting a breath test, which can we refuse them in Australia? I guess we can refuse them.
I think if you I think if you refuse them, they'll just take you to the cop shop and do it there.
I guess so.
Like, I don't think you can in the car.
Well,
This device works. You just put your lips over it and you blow into it like you're blowing a balloon. No?
Yeah.
Okay.
I love it. Nah.
I should try that next time.
Yeah.
I don't drive after drinking, so I won't ever have been drunk in the car, but I'll see what happens and report back. I might not be able to report back. I could be in jail for refusing.
And this is the most insane part. No one has any excuse to drive drunk. Like, there's no excuse.
No,
like,
God,
Ubers,
no.
cabs, calling a friend for a favor. Like, you're Justin Timberlake. You have the means to get yourself home a number of ways. You would have private drivers on standby.
Guard.
Yeah, you would have security guards. You would have very famous people around you. You have access to Uber. You know what I mean? Like, and you got the means to do it. There was zero reason for you to drive under the influence. So,
but he's better than everyone else.
speaking of friends, I don't know who this friend is. But there is a friend that clearly, because he says he was just following his friends home. I guess they figure out that he didn't make it home, and they come back around. And this friend, I'm obsessed with how hard she works for him.
I know my hair sucks here, but like I usually look good.
So at this point, he's coming with us. Okay.
No, he's not.
Yes, he is.
No, why?
He's being arrested for intoxicated.
Stop it.
DWI. Yes.
No way. Don't say it. You're
you're
arresting Justin Timberlake right now?
Yeah.
Stop it. Can you help me, please? Can we do anything? Can you please stop it? I'll do anything.
No, it is what it is at this point, okay?
So you can't, put him in jail. There has to be a moment of talking.
No, not anymore.
Please help me.
Not anymore.
Hold on. Can you guys please just do me a favor? Because you loved Bye 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 or
I'm happy.
Sexy Back.
So- I'm
do
happy.
me one favor.
That's the bit. That's the bit that I love the most.
Oh, that's so
She is
good.
begging
Is
the
she
cops.
his PR person or something?
I don't know.
Like,
but she's like the cop
she's
says that she is
desperate.
not under the influence, but the start of that it sounded like she was definitely under the influence.
did I usually look better than this?
Better than this. I don't know. I don't know if she should be driving either. It's insane to me that she was like, you can't arrest him. He's Justin Timberlake. You can't.
Justin Timberlake. Don't you like Bye Bye
Yeah.
Bye or Sexy Back? Those two specific songs that are actually much more enjoyed by females. But I'm going to ask you, big burly cops, if those are the songs you like from JT.
This is Justin Timberlake. Like, let me go and take his phone to him because you love Bye Bye Bye. Please let that happen. So it's my favorite part. It's just my favorite part. I don't know who that friend is, but she's excellent.
Why didn't she drive him?
Exactly. Like, because I guess
If she really was sober, why didn't she
I guess
drive?
they just wanted to take the cars home, but like it was a rental anyway. It wasn't even his car, so I think he was too shit-faced to make any decent decisions. But he'll tell you how much he's had to drink in a second. They get back to the station, and when they get back to the station, Justin Timberlake's face is cooked. Now, he's got the same complexion as me. We both go red. We both go red when we've had too much to drink. And that is one of the biggest giveaways of how cooked he is. He is cuffed to a tiny little desk. He is told that he's under arrest and he refuses to sign any of the things. And he also refuses to do any of the chemical tests to find out if he's on any drugs. He also keeps saying to the police officers that he don't mean no harm. And they don't assume that you mean harm. They're just like, you're drunk. At the very least, you're drunk. So you can't drive cars while drunk. Justin still wants a little bit of clarity, though, as to why he was pulled over in the first place.
What was the traffic violation I missed?
I observed you found the fully stop at the stop sign, and then while you were driving, you failed to keep right on numerous occasions. So you're very...
Wait, start over? Sorry.
So
One more time.
you failed to stop at the stop sign, and then while you were operating the motor vehicle, you failed to keep right on your side of the roadway, and you continuously moved off and veered to the left of the roadway.
Okay, well, I was just following my friends. You boys treat me like I'm a criminal.
Yeah, because like when you drink and drive, that's against the law. It's a criminal act.
It's a crime.
That's like
you could hurt someone.
and I love how he's like, well, I was just following my friends. I don't know what that's
and
meant
if they
to
were
prove.
swerving, I was swerving with them. Like that's on them.
So he also wants to figure out exactly if this is the process that everyone goes through, or is this just,
Oh, like he's getting a different treatment because he's Justin Timberlake. He thinks he's getting treated worse because he's Justin Timberlake.
I don't know what he means by it, but maybe you can
Okay.
gather your thoughts after you hear how he
Let's
says it,
see.
and then you can figure out exactly what you think he means.
Is this the normal process?
Okay.
Yeah, yes, everything is pretty standard. Nothing of the ordinary. It is for everyone that gets arrested for DWI. Is there anything specifically about it you are wondering, or just...
No. I just wondered, like you really cuff people up and like...
Yeah. I mean, you're in our custody. We have to make sure that people who we lock up here don't leave. You can't just leave. We got to process you, everything like that. Your safety, our safety, things like that. It's just standard protocol.
Gotcha.
I love it. I get the exact same red face when I've had too much to drink, and he's just that bit sweaty. He's got that glisten on, on not just the forehead, but the
Just
cheeks
everywhere.
as well.
Yeah.
And
He's
he just is questioning everything
big
because when you're drunk, you just question everything
course you
because you
do.
just think the world is
Against you.
you.
Yeah, and the world is against him. You know what I mean? Like, is this how this happens for everybody? Like, does everybody have to go through this? Obviously, as far as I could find out, this is his first offense like this. So he would be like, I can't believe that this has happened. I'm not saying this is the first time he's driven drunk or under the influence, but this is definitely the first time that he's been caught. Now, once we find out that this is the usual process that everyone has to go through, Justin Timberlake, you were obviously going to be taken back. You did the field sobriety test. You failed that miserably. And then you refused to get the breathalyzer. He then starts to get a little bit, just a tiny bit angry drunk. And his angry drunk is passive aggressive, right? His angry drunk is passive aggressive because he wants to let the boys know that they're doing a great job. But when he says you're doing a great job, it doesn't feel like he means it, okay?
Yeah, I appreciate you boys for doing your job. I had one martini and I followed my fucking friends home. And I appreciate you boys for doing your job.
It doesn't feel like it.
I had just one fucking martini.
One martini.
You guys doing your good job. You're doing the job, you boys, you big boys. Mate, come on now. One martini.
Are you starting
You're kidding.
to get the feeling, like, are you starting to understand exactly why JT didn't want this out? Are you seeing it now?
Oh, I mean, honestly, from the first moment where he brings up the world tour, like, that's so embarrassing for him. That's like, you know, Reese Witherspoon saying, "Don't you know who I am?" when she got arrested many years ago. But like for that alone, you don't want it to come out because it's just embarrassing and cringe. But all of this, holy shit. He's having some bad sleeps after this, the poor guy.
And there's also another stage of the drunk. So we've had the whole like confused guys pleading. So we've had the bargaining, the pleading guys, like, this is whatever. Then we've gotten to the passive aggressive where he's like, I just had one martini. Okay, well, I don't know what the fuck was in that martini, but it was definitely...
It was gigantic. It was a pint of martini. Yeah. It was one of those steins you get at Oktoberfest, but it was just martini.
Very little olive brine, I think. And now we're getting to the stage where he's having a laugh. Guys, we're having a laugh because we're having a bit of a joke.
He's having a good time.
Because we've come back around a good time.
No
because
great.
I don't know if like the rest of the martini kicked in, but he's obviously reading the statement that the police officer needs him to sign, and obviously who he is, his age, and all that stuff. And it obviously says that you know what he is, and he has a bit of a joke.
White? I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding, man.
Just kidding. Just having some lols. I love it so much.
I love that that's the one that he's chosen to make as the joke.
White?
Why?
Clearly you can see that I'm fucking red. I am beetroot red right now. There is no white man here. I am beetroot red.
Oh, God.
Oh, it's really good stuff. And the last bit of the video is them putting him into a holding cell. And he seems just as shocked as his friend that this is really happening. And obviously I love it.
All night?
It might not be this one. You might be over at the other one, and they actually have blankets for you.
You guys are wild, man.
And again, like I said, you can make a phone call if you would like. Your attorney and things like that, you're allowed to call right now if you wish, or you can call later.
Yeah, at any point you want to make a phone call, let us know.
Yeah.
Right.
You are entitled to have phone calls.
So at this point, they've offered him, it sounds like numerous times, to be able to call someone. He hasn't. He hasn't called anyone.
He hasn't
He hasn't taken up his actual right to call someone and go, get the lawyer.
I'm Justin Timberlake. Get the lawyer. Get any of the many lawyers that I would have on call, because I am aforementioned Justin Timberlake of Bye 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 and Sexy Back Success. Do you know what I love? He's gone from like, I respect you boys are doing your job. I respect that. To like, this is vile. I love that word, vile. Is it vile?
No,
you could have killed
wild.
someone.
No, I think he said wild.
Oh, I thought he said
no,
vile.
He's just drunk, honey. I think he said wild. I think he said
vile.
Okay, chuck it in the comments.
Can we figure that out? I feel like he said it was vile.
Chuck it in the comments. Do you want me to check the captions on the actual video?
No, the comments can make the decision.
Let the comments
for us.
make the decision.
Let the comments make the decision on if he thinks they're wild or vile. Because I think it was vile. I think he was so mad at them. Just call Jessica Biel, babe. Give her a
I
bell.
don't think he wants
She's
to call
your
Jessica.
wife.
I think they've had too many turbulent times, and I think Jessica may be at her fucking wit's end. So with Justin Timberlake, this is how. Now, I don't need to see the field sobriety test. I don't need to have the chem test. I don't need to see the results of the breathalyzer. This man is so intoxicated. He's so drunk that his brain didn't kick. You know how you can have, I don't know if everyone's brain does this, but my brain does a thing where it goes, when it gets a shot of adrenaline, my brain goes, oh, sober up, quick. Like, just, it's not a long-term sober up.
Yeah.
It's just like, you need to do it right now. And I don't know if that's because I've been drunk in places where I've had a microphone in my hand before, or I've been on the radio drunk, or I've been, where else? Hosting things in stadiums drunk. Like, there's been times where they're like, you're on, and your brain goes, I'm on, right? So he's that drunk that his brain didn't kick into that gear.
Yeah, no, see, I understand that. I understand that level of drunk.
Oh, right. So you're so drunk that you haven't even had the thought process of, I should probably take their offer to call someone.
No, well, I mean, I've not been in a situation where I needed to take the cops' offer to call someone. Thank you very much for putting that out there. But I think in that situation, I probably would be like, yeah, I better call someone. But I've definitely been drunk enough where you just like can't process anything. You just like can't. You're just like dumb. Yeah. You're dumb.
No, I've
You become,
definitely
like,
been
a
there
real
too. But that's
dumb
what I
dumb.
mean. Like, he must be this drunk.
But I think if I was, which I haven't been, if I was in the situation, she doth protest too much. If I was in that situation, I imagine I'd be like, yeah, let me call my husband or, a lawyer if I have one. Yeah. I wouldn't even know how to call a lawyer. I don't know. Who would you call? Who would you call?
I would call my boyfriend because he knows the lawyer. Like, he knows lawyers. So, or I would call people who I know who are lawyers. Oh, I know a lawyer. I would call Julian. I would call Julian, who is a friend who is a lawyer.
Call Julian straight away. See, I don't. Oh, wait, I do.
There you go.
I do know a lawyer.
Yeah.
Phil's getting the call.
So,
Phil, you're getting the call,
and
mate.
even though they know nothing about criminal law, I'd be like, what the fuck do I do? Like, you'd have to learn, like a doctor, you know what I mean? Like, doctors go into different fields, but like base law, you all need to know, bits and pieces.
You need a little bit
Before
bit
your
of
specialty.
this. Yeah.
The most important fact here is that the original misdemeanor, the DWI case, did not end up in a DWI conviction. It ended in a plea to the lesser DWAI offence. He pleaded guilty on September 13, 2024, driving while ability impaired. So not driving under the influence. After the original charge. So
ability impaired.
Yes. Which
that sounds like a cop-out.
Yeah. People were mad about that. There was a mothers group that seemed particularly pissed off about it. I'll get to that in a second. But the sentence cross-checked here. So it was a $500 fine. It had 25 hours of community service. Seems pretty low. A required public safety statement / PSA, which I don't know if it's come out. A 90-day license suspension. Justin has spoken out, kind of. He's made two sort of public comments. Firstly, shortly after the arrest, he alluded to the fallout on stage while he was in Chicago, telling fans that it had been a tough week. Also added, I know sometimes I'm hard to love, but you keep on loving me. So...
that is something he would say, isn't it?
One.
Like, yuck, that's so cringe. That's as cringe as I'm on a world tour.
The second one was after the plea deal in 2024 outside the court in September. He said, I try to hold myself to a very high standard for myself, and this was not that. He also added, this is a mistake that I made, even one drink. Don't get behind the wheel of a car. Again, I'm just not going to believe that you had one fucking martini. I'm sorry.
No,
you might have had one martini
he didn't
and you might have had some
martini.
drugs. Or you might have had one martini and then 10 martinis. But I just don't think that is the type of action that someone has after one martini. I just don't.
No.
I just don't think so.
No.
Jessica Biel, his wife, has been, according to sources, very supportive of JT amid the release of the footage, which they obviously both did not want to have come out. The reason that they pushed back on the footage being released, according to sources, was that it was stressful and they just...
Oh, I don't need the reason. I watched it.
is that it was stressful and they would just prefer to move past it. Now...
Yeah, duh.
Also, according to sources, what's true and what's not with these fucking sources, but apparently Jessica Biel is not happy about the renewed attention. Now, this woman has had to deal with quite a bit from this guy.
Yes, she has.
So they obviously have tried to build a life together, and a lot of Justin's past has sort of come up to sort of haunt him in the name of Britney Spears in an autobiography.
Yeah.
Was it an autobiography? Yeah. And then also in 2019, there was that cheating scandal where he was holding hands in New Orleans in 2019 with Alicia Wainwright from that movie. Was it Palmer? And then obviously he came out and did a public statement saying that it was a strong lapse in judgment. He drank way too much. Ooh. He apologized to Jessica Biel.
He admitted at that time.
And his family, and insisted that nothing happened between him and Wainwright. Yeah. So, the only other thing that I wanted to mention was just some of the comments from people that I found on Reddit posts and on YouTube and things like that. People were mad that the lawyer's argument was that he wasn't intoxicated, because they're mad that he got off and it wasn't like driving while he was under the influence. It was that his ability was impaired.
Which he clearly was.
Yeah. So I don't know how they got around that, but some people also said that the penalty was pretty ordinary for a first offender and it had nothing to do with celebrity favoritism. There's a lot of mockery since the Bodycam has come out, and I can see why. It's very funny. It's very so funny. And there was a mothers group actually that was really mad that he got off with that lesser charge because it's actually really dangerous to drive under the influence. So Justin Timberlake, God, it would just be like that whole time you know that this bomb is coming. Like, that's got to be so stressful.
Yeah.
Like, you know.
Yeah.
And because he was shit-faced, he wouldn't even have known the full extent of what, or maybe he'd had the transcript by now. So maybe he'd seen the transcript and maybe the lawyers had seen
he might
it.
have gotten the transcript, but and he might have even seen the video. But that guttural feeling of knowing this is going to come out one day, because of course it is, because I'm Justin Timberlake, and it's been 18 months of thinking about it coming out. I wonder if there is some relief though.
Yeah. But now it's done.
Okay, well, it's out now. It's out. Like, what can I do? It's done. All I can do now is move past it. At the end of the day, no one in this instance was hurt. Doesn't make it okay.
No, but
does not make it okay. No one was hurt though, and really only he comes out looking really dumb. So, and the cops look great. The cops did a great job.
Yeah.
Which
that's good,
is
because
not
the
norm
cops
on these body cams coming from America. So that's quite good. They handled themselves well with someone who was being a little bit of an annoyance to them. And now, at the end of the day, we've seen celebrities do way worse and they've come back for, like, Hugh Grant was caught in a bathroom, with, was it a prostitute or a lady of the night? And he's done lots of great movies. And we all just...
Look, you can definitely come back from things. I think the problem is Justin Timberlake probably needs to do some pretty big rehabilitation on his image, because the image that a lot of people have now is icky, ick.
Ick.
So
he's been ick for a little while, hasn't he?
I think before he...
And poor Jessica Biel.
Yeah,
I do feel bad for her. She tries to stay out of the limelight, it would seem. She
likes to do her work.
There's never anything really...
Yeah, she likes to do her work, and then she has to deal with all this shit. And that means that every interview she does with any sort of press outlet, the whole time she'd be worried that they're going to ask questions about her fucking husband, and what he has done.
God, but speaking of Jessica Biel, just reminded me, Seventh Heaven better make the lineup for Y2 Heyday one
note
day.
that down. Note that down.
Jeez.
Oh my goodness, it should be on the list. Oh, actually, it gets dark too, doesn't it now? Oh,
It does.
fuck,
There's
why
really
does
bad
everything that we
stuff,
liked
yeah,
at a
but,
time
yeah.
get dark? Anyway, just like Justin Timberlake, we liked him for a time and then things got dark. If you love pop culture, celebrity scandals, all this kind of stuff, Courts and I love having a chinwag about it. I don't know if that's an international term or just Australian, but there's plenty more on the channel, so click around and have a watch.